Hi, friends, and thanks for listening to The Fashionista Life, brought to you by True Fashionistas, where you can shop, sell, and look fabulous. I am your host, Jennifer Johnson, and today we welcome into the studio Carolyn Hamburger. Welcome.
Thank you, Jen. So awesome to be here.
It is so wonderful to finally get you in here.
Yes.
So, Carolyn helps organizations and teams achieve more than they thought possible. She helps them set clear visions and priorities and aligns resources and helps them engage their entire team to exceed performance goals. She's become the go-to resource for C-suite leaders, board members, and business owners to develop innovation and enterprise solutions. That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Oh my God,
Jen.
that's impressive. That is so very cool. So you've done a lot in your career and you've made some shifts.
I have.
And we're going to talk about that. You've added business owner to your repertoire.
I have. This year it was a big year, Jen.
I guess so. My gosh, going from, the corporate world into owning a business.
20 years in the corporate world to small business. Yeah. Big change.
Have you ever been in small business ever?
No, it's in my family. So my family, my ancestors, I guess, came to America and opened small businesses. So I feel like it's in my blood, but it's
absolutely,
it's the American dream.
It
right?
is, right?
So
I've got a t-shirt that says living the dream, y'all.
That's right.
And I wear it every so often when I have to be in at 6 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So you own Athletic Republic in Naples, and it's the premier destination for individualized sports specific and fitness backed by data.
Yes.
So you're going to have to explain some of that to me. Okay. And then you have a plyometric floor, a plyometric press, super running treadmills, Sorinex systems, which I don't know what any of that is, and 20 plus yards of turf.
Yes.
Like, okay, what does this all mean? Like, oh my God, what's a Sorinex?
Yeah. Well, let's start with what is Athletic Republic. So Athletic Republic is, as you said, science-backed sports performance training. And we primarily serve actually our kids starting at age 7. Yes. Yeah. Kids. And then we also have we call AR Fit, which is small group, small group personalized training for adults as well. So I think one of the reasons I was so passionate about the concept was first, it's, they have these proprietary protocols that you follow, and it's conditioning for sports. So you pick the sport, whether it's baseball or soccer, lacrosse. We have fencers. We
wow.
Oh yeah. I mean, a race car driver.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's really cool. So I love the fact that it was inclusive of all sports because usually, a lot of fitness concepts are oriented towards baseball, football, basketball. And this one, I think, was so wide and reflects, a lot of the audience, both of kids and adults here in Naples. So we do conditioning for those sports. And over the past 30 plus years, our founder, John Frappier, actually invented this speed and agility training program that's evolved. And the concept itself, we test every 8 weeks, and all of our data kind of pools into our corporate, because it's a franchise concept. And
so you test with the kids to make sure that what you're doing is working.
Exactly. Okay. And that's why it's so powerful to me, because, you want to be able to see your progress. And so since we've opened in May, we've done, I think, 3 testing cycles. So we're building out one of the largest databases, if you will, of athletic performance in Southwest Florida, which is really, really cool. So it feeds into this, bigger database of athletes across the US and, for that matter, globally, because it's in Australia and a couple other countries. Yeah, which is kind of cool. And so what you can do as an athlete is, as you log into our app, and this is on the technology vision and roadmap, there is an app. Okay. It's called the AR, the Athletic Republic Baseline app. And what you'll be able to do is compare how you do in the exercises and how you follow the protocols relative to other athletes around the country. So how do you compare? I know.
Competitive. Oh my gosh.
It's crazy. I mean, this is the future of
Mhm.
sports, and for that matter, really
Right.
any industry
Mhm.
is data. So it's just, to me, it's really cool. And I love the fact that you can see the progress, and the data itself improves the training protocols that you follow.
So I'm assuming for each sport, it's something, a different protocol, a different workout.
That's exactly right. So there's 3,000 different protocols that you choose to follow. So we have this kind of 7-to-1 athlete to trainer ratio.
So there is a trainer that works with.
Always.
Okay.
Yep. Always. Because it's kids. So,
Sure, right.
And for adults.
Come on, we have to be honest, because
we need help too.
if we're going up against somebody, data, we're gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna, I remember going to Orange Theory and just
exactly.
you see what you're doing and everybody else, and it motivates you.
It totally does. So what the trainers do, you follow your protocol. We kind of, meet with you when you come in at the beginning, what are your goals? What are you looking to achieve? And then within the group, you follow whatever your protocol is. And generally in our sessions, you kind of our standard programming, you do either plyometrics, which is how we teach agility and multi-directional movement.
Is that like jumping?
Yes.
Because I've done, I think, something similar, but it's jumping.
Yes. So that's when you talked about our plyo floor. That's what we use to teach plyometrics. And we add to that resistance. So we actually belt people into the floor. Yeah, it's really, if you watch the videos, it's pretty wild. And I mean, when you actually do it, I mean, oh my gosh, you're just dripping in sweat. It's really a tough workout.
Wow.
So that's how we teach, kind of agility and multi-directional movement. And then with our treadmills is where we teach running form and speed. And our treadmills actually can go up to 28 miles an hour.
Wow.
So, oh yeah. And then a grade of 40 degrees. So the best way to teach speed is, on an incline.
Right.
So what we also do, we add contrast training to our treadmill as well. So we will literally attach people to cords to create resistance.
Holy cow.
Oh yeah.
Like that's serious.
It is really serious. So we have, kids that have come into our center, adults too, that'll run 20 miles an hour on these things, like corded up. And it's not just running forward. We have an attachment where you can flip around, and we do backpedaling as well.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. So there's, kids who backpedal 15 miles an hour, which is wild.
I can't even walk backwards.
I know. But it is that way of training is the best way to prevent injuries. So
it makes sense.
Yep. So the whole premise is to really push your body and simulate what we kind of talked about a little bit earlier, what you didn't think was possible. So that way, when you get out there, your body knows how to push itself. So,
wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So you work with student athletes and adults and all of that. I mean, are people coming to you if they want to run a marathon? Or are they coming to you for all different reasons, like you had kind of mentioned?
That's exactly right. So our whole premise is you have to have a goal. Whatever that goal is, it can be to lose weight. It can be, I want to make the varsity team. It can be, I just simply want to lead a healthy lifestyle. So our members range from, I'll just give you a couple different examples. Kids who may have a weight problem or who are autistic and have never felt or been comfortable in large group sports. To the other end of the spectrum, we'll have, kids who are training for the state track meet or, and it's cool that you can actually put them together because they're following their own protocol, if you will. So, so long as you have a goal, whatever that goal is, that's what we're testing for basically every 8 weeks. And we can set you on a protocol or a plan, if you will, to follow so you can achieve your goal.
Wow. That sounds so very cool.
It is cool. It's really cool.
Is your closet overflowing? Or maybe your kids' closets are as well. Or maybe you just want to redecorate your home. If you're wondering what to do with all that stuff that you've accumulated, bring it all to True Fashionistas or even ship it to them for free. They'll sell your unwanted items for you. They take away all the hassle by doing all the work, and all you have to do is sit back and collect your money. Plus, it's extra money in the bank for all those extra presents you want to buy yourself. You can reach out to them online at truefashionistas.com, come into the store, or check them out on Facebook or Instagram, and that's truefashionistas.com. Hi, friends, and welcome back to the Fashionista Life. You are listening to today. We have in our studio Carolyn Homburger, and we're chatting about Athletic Republic.
Thanks, Jen. Good to be here.
It's so awesome to have you. And it's such an interesting topic that there's something out there that kids or adults can go to that's comparing all of their athletic data or fitness data to all of these other people.
Yep.
I mean, how long has this company existed?
So it's existed for about 30 years. The founder actually went back in the 80s to the Goodwill Games. And, back when Russia actually was beating us in the Olympics and they thought we were doping, seriously. But when they went over and studied, what they were finding is, like, no joke, that they were literally pulling their athletes on the back of a truck up a hill to simulate the form and how you needed to push your body. So obviously you can't do that in the modern age, and certainly not in this country with the legal system we have. So that he came back to the US and effectively invented the super running treadmill, and then started to add training protocols against that. And that's basically became the genesis of it. About, I think, probably 6-7 years ago, the concept was franchised. And now there's 90 of them between the US and Australia, Japan, a couple other countries.
Wow, that is so cool that it's international.
Yes, it is. It is.
So just talking about student athletes, and, people talk about the arts and how that impacts children, and it kind of brings their whole life together. How do you see the role of athletics in our children's lives?
Yeah, I think athletics, and getting into this business, it was such a personal passion of mine because it made such a difference for me in my youth and childhood.
So is that your why?
That is a big reason for my why. And I think athletics offer a couple things. One, it sets a foundation for building healthy habits, which I think lasts a lifetime. I think it teaches you so many life skills. It teaches you the importance of hard work ethic. It teaches you teamwork. It gives you leadership opportunities as a kid. It teaches you to plan and think strategically and be disciplined around that. So I think that's all what athletics and sports teaches you. I think most important, it's just fun. And as a kid, you should have fun and love what you do. So I think that's, for me, what really is so important with athletics.
And it's become more and more. I remember growing up, and I'm sure older than you are.
I don't know.
but I remember growing up, and for us, I mean, I was a cheerleader.
Yep.
I tried basketball, not my thing.
Yep.
I have stories, but we won't get into them here. But back then, I feel like sports was not as competitive as it is now. Now it is a sport of being in sports. Like, it is so important on many levels.
Yep.
Do you
Oh my
share
gosh.
that same thought?
Yeah, I was a cross country runner, ran track, and then I was actually also a competitive gymnast. And it is just so much more competitive now than what it was. And that's why I said it's just super important with athletics that you're having fun, because that keeps you in the game.
Of course it does.
I mean, if you want to do something and you want to be there, you're more likely to continue to do it. But I think it's one of those things that as a kid, you have to learn how to balance. And we know that, as you get older, you learn those same lessons. So what better way to start learning that as a kid?
Right. So, what actually led you to open? What was your aha moment to go, you know what? We need one of these here. Like,
Yeah.
because you opened in June, you said?
May.
In May. In
Yep.
May. So, what was that? What set that off? Is it something you've been thinking about for a long time, or is it something that just happened organically?
Yeah, I think it was a combination of both those things, Jen. So I mean, having a small business we talked about at the
Mhm.
beginning, it's the American dream. I love to work out. I've always been active. I've always been a runner. And I think one thing that really changed for me the last 5 years was when I started strength training. And I really felt there was, a gap in the market specifically for kids. And I'll go even
Mhm.
further for girls.
Oh, sure.
And that is, for me, I had a horrible back. And once I've been strength training, it's really, I don't have any more back
Mhm.
pain. I'm, so much healthier as a result of how I
And
work out.
and if y'all see I think she put it down on the table, but you got to see, and we'll get back to that. But I just have to interject here. The bottle of water that Carolyn has. Hold your bottle up.
I will hold it up.
Look at this.
It's a gallon.
I, I'm like, I mean, it's pink, so I'll give you that.
There you go,
But
Jen.
I can't, I could not even put that away in a week. I know that's sad, but I'm sorry I had to interrupt.
I drink it every day. It was a change I made about a year ago, and it has made such a difference in how I feel.
Mhm.
And honestly contributed to some weight loss.
Mhm.
And I'm a huge advocate for the gallon a day. And for me, the best way to manage that is if I have it all there in
Mhm.
front of me.
And then you couple that with your strength training and your back
I
feels
do.
better and you feel better and healthy. And that's kind of,
That's yeah, that's exactly right. And I think building that into your training schedule starting from a young age, and
Mhm.
especially for middle school and high school girls, I just can't emphasize this enough. It keeps you in the game because you're not hurt.
Mhm.
First and foremost, as a mom, I
Right.
care about
Yeah, right.
that. But you will feel better,
Mhm.
and how you take care of yourself. And I really feel that comes through not just how you show up on the field, but just how you show up in life. So,
And like you said, it keeps you in the game. And we're talking the actual game and the proverbial game of life.
that's right.
Because if you have something that you're working towards,
Yep.
you just keep going towards it and you're less likely. And I've heard statistics. I mean, you're less likely to veer off and go
That's
into
right.
those areas of getting in trouble and, your grades slipping and all these things because you have to be on that path if you're going to compete.
That's right. That's why I'm such a big believer, like always have a goal.
Mhm.
Even if it's, I want to do a triathlon, or I want to, one of my goals last year was I wanted to do a pull-up. I've never been able to do a pull-up from a dead hang. And no joke, it took me like 2 months to get there, but I did it,
That's
and
awesome.
I've never in my life been able to do that.
Do you remember back in school?
Oh.
Maybe you didn't, the presidential
Oh
challenge.
yeah, of course.
Oh my
Come
God.
on, I'm not that young.
I hated those days.
Oh, it was awful because you just get up there and you'd be like,
just hang.
Exactly. It was pathetic.
Oh, gosh. See, and I couldn't run a mile either. I was
Oh.
the walker. Okay. Then I get the side pain.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was torture because I'm not like,
We'll have to
Miss
get you in,
Fitness.
Jen. We'll have to get you in.
Well, this has been absolutely wonderful chatting with you. If our listeners want to get a hold of you
Yes.
and check it out for their kids or themselves, how do they do that?
Yeah. The best way actually is to just go to the website, naples.athleticrepublic.com, or on Facebook, Instagram. You can find us, Athletic Republic Naples, or you can call the center. I think I don't have the phone number on me, but it's on the website.
Let's go to the website, and we'll make sure we drop that into our show notes.
Perfect.
So that all of our guests will have that.
Awesome.
And they can get in touch with you.
Fabulous.
Thank you so much for being on here today.
Thanks for having me today, Jen. This is such a great platform.
Absolutely. And thank you again for tuning in to The Fashionista Life, brought to you by True Fashionistas. And again, I'm your host, Jennifer Johnson, and make your day fabulous.